Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Legally Teaching Engineer Sports. I'm Dylan here with Sam and Max Loga, sporting the U.S. of A. Today will be Thursday, June 27th, and tonight's episode 91, LTES, Mount Rushmores. Sam, the Michigan Wolverines are?
Still the national champions.
That's right, the 2023 College Football National Champions. Well done. And Max,
Yes.
what is the LTES Mount Rushmores?
So the LTS Mount Rushmores is a spin on things that we think are the best. So we came up with like 10 to 15 categories. And I have no idea what Dylan's going to say. I have no idea what Sam's going to say. But we're going to say what our top 3 or 4 best things are in said category.
Yep, nailed it. We're going to do a woo-off, and we're going to do a serenity now before we get out of here. So let's get it going, boys, with episode 91 of Legally Teaching Engineer Sports, the LTS Mount Rushmores.
Only if there was a real job. I guess there is. It's called the drummer.
It's true. That is true. Why did you play that song?
I don't know, because today at work, it just felt like it needed to be it needed to be Friday, but it was a Monday. So,
Yeah, I hate working. I don't do good enough sports gambling, and I waste my money on other things. One thing I've recently learned to waste my money on, Sam. So I got out of the horse racing right now. I'm looking for a horse. So if anyone has any recommendations, please let me know. But I recently found this thing on the Tigers website, Sam, where you can bid on different stuff. So there was obviously Tigers things like Tarek Skubal signed jersey, Miguel Cabrera baseballs, cleats even. But then they also have random other Detroit sports and Michigan football and Michigan State basketball stuff. So I bid on a Luke Glendenny signed hockey jersey and then a Lukey Kennard, former Detroit Piston, basketball jersey, and Lisa Sparks WNBA jersey. I won all that. So I knew fun thing to do. If anyone's interested, let me know. Before we get into a round table, and we're going to get into the round table, Sam, can you tell everyone why we're all wearing USA jerseys?
I generally don't know why you guys are wearing them. I'm wearing mine because Pulisic scored and got an assist.
So you're telling me that I can't wear this because they won? How often can you wear a USA soccer jersey? Especially
when they win. Rare.
It's not so they won. So that's why we're wearing it. That's correct. Max, before we get to the round table, take us to the woo-off presented by Alani New. Woo! It gets the people going.
Before we get to that, Dylan, who's on the back of your shirt?
I got Mike Bradley on this one. What about you?
I got Jermaine Jones.
Mine's better than yours.
Weird.
Pulisic is sweet, but I mean, what do we rank these jerseys 1 through 3 quickly?
Dylan 1, Max 3, me 2.
Yeah, I think I'm agreeing with that.
Max, yours is the ugliest by far.
Yeah. If you had the version I had, Max, the white one, I think you'd maybe go tie for 2 or even maybe 1, but that one's tough.
All right. Well, we're going to the woo off. Who's going first? Want me to go first?
I'll go first. I never go first. My Alani New woo moment is generally the NHL playoffs. Cheerio to the NHL playoffs and their totality. Taking us all the way to Game 7 of the NHL playoffs. Sam did call this. He's frozen right now, but he did call this. Last podcast, he said it would go to Game 7, and he predicted the Florida Panthers. I hope the others can come out with it, but in general, the NHL playoffs have been head and shoulders better than NBA, and they've been a great viewing experience. So, woo to the NHL playoffs.
6-9.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sam, are you there?
Yeah, I'm not frozen on my side.
Oh, you're back. All right, give us your Alani New woo moment.
So my woo moment is not a moment, but more of a scheme, a cheat code. So my shout out or woo moment is to Google Chrome incognito mode. That mode has allowed me to watch all of the Euros on Fox, on my computer, on my phone, on the TV. So, woo! To Google incognito mode.
6-1. I like it. Utilize
I
it.
love that. You
Yeah.
found a way around the system. I'm giving you a 7-2. Way to outsmart the man.
Gotta cheat it somehow.
Mine follows suit with all of our American shirts. I'm gonna toast and woo to the United States of America, just big dicking every other country and nation in the world, and saying they're gonna bring their own AC units to the Paris Olympics, and they do not care about hurting the environment over there. So, woo to the United States of America for being absolute beauties.
Because it's great. I'm proud to be an American, or at least I know I'm free. Hell yeah.
Or at least I know I have AC.
AC, suck my DUK. You smell pretty bad anyway. I proudly stand up, flip them off, because Europe blows big D. I could keep going if you wanted me to, but
There it is for the next 40 minutes. Let's hear it.
I could come up with rhymes and I could do it. But I think maybe we should just move on to the round table. Sam, give me something for the round table.
I mean, honestly, there were a lot of sports. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think of the NBA Finals? The ending. You guys called it. They just wanted to win at home.
Yeah, super lame. I didn't even really watch it. I'll be honest. It was a crappy game. They were up like 30 points I think by the second quarter.
Yeah, it was very well scripted by Boston. They wanted to take it home and win. They didn't care about that last game. Would have been game 4 in Dallas. They wanted to go win in game 5. Saw it coming, so whatever.
Yeah. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, I didn't watch a minute of it, but yeah, it sounded funny. You guys called it.
Well, speaking of calling things, you called. So this is Monday night. So game 7 of the NHL Finals is tonight. Sam said it would get back to game 7. But then do you remember you said the Panthers? Are you sticking with the Panthers or are you switching to the Canadians? The Canadian team being.
I never said the Panthers. There's no way.
I think you said the Oilers would be too tired and the Panthers would win in 7.
Damn, I might have said that, but I'm not gonna stick to that. No, give me the Oilers for sure. Definitely been on the Oilers bandwagon this whole time.
All right, Max.
Probably gonna have to go Edmonton. I think the momentum is coming pretty hot towards Florida right now, and Florida's kind of shell shocked, gunshot. So
Yeah, so I'll go Florida. I think it's really hard to win 4 straight games. And I think everyone thinks Edmonton's going to win this game. The fact that the odds are even coming into game 7 while being in Florida is crazy. The spit and chiclet guys, Biz and Ed, just got kicked out of the elbow room a little bit ago on the main strip of Fort Lauderdale. So that's kind of funny. I'm a big Edmonton fan, I guess, lately. I'll take the Panthers. I think they've got some grit. They've got what it takes to win a game 7 in overtime. You're going to stay up till about 11:50 this evening on Monday night to watch it happen in double overtime. But give me double overtime, Florida 4-3. And I will bet that exact score.
Speaking of game 7s, let's just roll right into it. We got the College World Series game 7 tonight, Monday night. So, I mean, it's game 3, but game 7 for them. Sam, who do you have? Texas A&M or Tennessee tonight?
Yeah, I would have said Tennessee, but I want to take Texas A&M. They looked real good in game 1. Watched a majority of that. I think they kind of got a little overexcited, I guess, for game 2. They should have probably pulled it out in that one as well. They had a chance. So, yeah, give me Texas A&M.
Dylan?
Yes, I've watched all 18 innings final. Tennessee's supremely the better team. They've made a lot of mistakes. They shot themselves in the foot a lot. They had so many chances of game 2 where they didn't score. So many times the bases were loaded and they left them loaded. I think Tennessee trounces them. I think Tennessee will win it. And Max, I already know you're going with Tennessee because you picked them before we even got to the finals, so it was a good pick. And I hope the Volunteers pull it off for you.
Yep, I'm going Tennessee. I fell in love with Tennessee in the Super Regionals and just been riding with them ever since. So yeah, give me Tennessee.
Respect it. Sam, do you have anything to say about the start of Copa or anything about the Euro Cup Championship so far?
Copa's been pretty good so far. haven't caught as much of that as I have the Euros. The Euros is just way more interesting. But the Euros is getting good now as we get to the bigger names and the more as teams start to make it through. So tomorrow should be a fun one. Tuesday, like you guys were saying, 4 games instead of just 2, a noon and a 3.
Yeah, I like it. My one thing about Copa is the first game was Argentina versus Canada. Canada played Argentina pretty close. Messi looked like an old man, partly because of the fact he's playing on grass that was just brought into a turf stadium 3 days before. It looked horrible from the television viewing. It looked fake, but apparently it was real grass. But Max said the coach mentioned it was the Argentinian coach mentioned it was spray painted. That's a bad look. Aside from that, for Copa, Central and South America soccer is kind of like the Wild Wild West. I don't know if you guys caught any of the Ecuador and Peru, or I think it's Ecuador and Peru. Yeah, sounds right. It's just weird. It's kind of like chickens with their heads cut off running around on the field, sort of soccer. They have maybe a little more athleticism than the Europeans, but they don't know what to do with it. They just aren't well formed, and it's kind of funny to watch. I would love to see the U.S. come out of their group. It's gonna be tough with Uruguay. USA being the 1 seed, they'll come out of the group, but being the 1 seed would be cool. But yeah, I think the Euro Cup's gonna have some dogs coming through, like Sam said. So looking forward to it. Max, what are your thoughts on those 2 soccer tournaments?
I really enjoy watching the Euros. Yeah, I think I've watched a little bit of every game. I've watched some full through. So I'm really into those. Like today on Monday, just saw Italy come back from the depths of defeat. Last second goal to advance. They were going to advance probably regardless, but they solidified it. Copa, I just think it's the ugly stepsister of the Euros. Like you guys have both said it. It's not going to be the Euro hype or the Euro ability. It's just going to be the ugly stepsister. But hopefully the US can do something, come out the 1 seed. Hopefully they'll avoid Brazil in the quarterfinals and hold off to the semis, which would be huge for them. They'll probably play like Colombia then, which I think is more doable for them. So hopefully the US can win and then win again and then keep the ball rolling. So in Captain America, I trust, aka Christian Pulisic. So
Are any of those games? Do either of you know? I was looking up locations and then I failed to figure it out. Do you guys know where like the semis would be? Is there anything on the East Coast?
I just saw a
of
New
them-
Jersey location
New Jersey.
but
Yes.
I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason to it. I didn't get that far. I gave up.
I'd be intrigued to try and hit like a game if it was within a cheap flight or something along those lines. But yeah, right now it's all in like Dallas and Vegas. Vegas has the finals. I know that. There's some weird places, but oh well. Yeah. Hopefully US can keep going. Did either of you see the end of the Travelers, the PGA Championship tournament this weekend? 18th hole.
I saw a choke in a clutch. That's what did it.
Yeah, basically. Sky Scheffler was Scotty Scheffler. He's definitely sniffing around Tiger Woods territory. Tom Kim didn't choke, I'd say. It was maybe the other people that choked, and then Tom Kim had a clutch putt, and then he choked in the playoff. I would agree there. But did you see the protesters, Sam? Or Max?
No.
Max, did you see it?
I did. Sorry, I am looking up where Copa's semifinals are. Sorry.
You're good. I'll explain what happened. So they're coming up to the 18th. It's Scotty and Tom Kim. Basically, Scotty was 1 shot ahead. He put it into like the rough a little bit. Tom Kim had a shot to basically tie it up, and these asshat protesters who were protesting oil usage, I believe, through like smoke bombs. Not smoke bombs, like smoke something rather than like paint smoke, and it got onto the court. Yeah, exactly. And it disrupted the play for like almost nearly, I think, 15 to 20 minutes. So they had to putt with that shit on the 18th hole, and then they had to wait to clean it up, and then did the playoff on the 18th hole, and Scotty won. But crazy stuff. And then, go ahead.
Didn't the guy Tom Kim was playing with have to move his ball because it was deemed on like playable surface, so he got to move his ball and putts from a different location?
I think he could have. I don't think he did.
Oh, okay.
I do not believe so. I could be wrong because I do remember hearing it, and then I took the volume off for some reason. But he could have, but I don't think he did. Fun fact. Do you guys? So Sky Shelfer has won so much money. He has 12 victories in the last, I think, like calendar year. In just this year alone, starting. So I think golf starts when? Do you guys know, like March maybe or April? Maybe.
Masters are in April.
Right on the Masters, so April. Sky Shelfer's caddy has more money earned this year than the white. They're all white. The American, one of the Americans. Whatever it is.
Jordan Spieth?
Yes, he saw this too.
Yeah.
$2.63 million the caddy has earned.
Well, I saw a thing that Scotty tipped or doesn't tip him. His caddy's salary is 10% of wherever Scotty wins.
Is that abnormal or?
No, I just think, but Scotty's winning so much, and he's winning so much money. Like the Masters, not cheap. He's getting 10% of that. He's getting 10% of this Travelers, which I'm sure is
at least $1 million. So that's another 100,000 at least.
Yeah. Back to the Copa. The semifinals are in where the Giants and Jets play at MetLife, and then they're in Charlotte. And then the championship is July 14th in Miami. But the cheapest ticket to go to MetLife right now is $336 with teams to be determined.
Championship is not at Allegiant in Vegas?
It is not.
We can confirm that?
It is confirmed. July 14th championship is in Miami Gardens, Florida.
Well, damn. That's sweet. That bad information. All right. Thank you, Max. Sam, give me something else.
Let me honest, I don't know what else was happening this weekend. I didn't really catch anything else.
All right, well, let's look ahead. NBA draft this week. What do you guys hope the Pistons do? I know it sucks.
Select Bronny James. There's only one thing and one thing only. I hope they select Bronny James or whoever Cade wants to play with. They haven't signed him yet, and that's kind of nerve-wracking.
They still haven't signed him. You're right. Because you mentioned that last week. As soon as the finals were over, they could, and they didn't.
Yeah, they haven't. And he's probably waiting to see who they draft. He probably told them who he wants to play with, and if they don't draft him, he'll be pissed. He's gone.
I think this also happened after last week. They don't have a head coach.
Nope.
And no plans of getting one either. No timeline.
And his buyout is, I think, 60 million-ish.
Those are cap space.
Yeah. It's just mind-blowing, but I think it's a good decision to get rid of him. He sucked. I mean, Max and I were there at one of the games. We were at a couple games where they were chanting "Sell the team," but one of them where Cade had 38 points or something, and they opted to not give him the ball in the last minute to win the game. So get his ass.
That was the lady that came and yelled at us when we were chanting "Fire Monty."
Yeah, because Monty didn't dribble the ball out of bounds. Yeah, that lady can get bent. Holy moly. Max, do you have anything else?
I was just gonna talk about Grace and give a Grace update. She did swim last week. She took third in her heat. 32nd overall, Dylan. Correct. Yeah, 32nd overall. So shout out to Grace for being the dog. She was only like 2 or 3 seconds off of qualifying or making it out of like her heat to the finals. So I mean, there's names that are superstars, Hall of Famers that she was swimming against. So it's really badass. Shout out to Grace.
Yeah, congrats to Grace for just doing that. And it looked awesome from all the behind the scenes pictures and stuff from the UK swim and dive social media pages. And yeah, 2 seconds off from being in the top 16. So really good stuff. I don't think I have anything else. I think we can scoot along. Let us do of episode 91 of Legally Teaching Engineer Sports, LTES Mount Rushmores. Let's do the main segment. Let's go to the Mount Rushmore segment, boys. So we are so Barstool just got into their Mount Rushmore segments. So yeah, Max obviously felt like it was time for us to do our Mount Rushmores. So we're gonna do some Mount Rushmores. We're gonna do it a little differently. They just do one Mount Rushmore per episode, I believe. We're doing all our Mount Rushmores tonight, and this is it. So we're just gonna throw some random guess categories would be the right word for it, out there. And then we're going to kind of debate who we think should be in the top 3, like top 3 or 4, like Max said.
There's 4.
4?
There's 4 heads, isn't there?
Yes, you're
Yeah.
right. So
But
top 4.
some don't deserve 4.
There's 4 heads. It's Mount Rushmore. Come on.
Yeah, but one of the things that Max threw out there right away, I shook my head at kind of was the time zone one, Sam. So
Which
how's
one?
that one go?
Well, you could throw in Hawaii. They're in like the Central Asian Pacific time zone. That's last. So.
Okay, well, fair enough. Max, let's get the ball rolling right there. There you go.
We're gonna start our time zones.
Yeah, the worst one.
The worst time zone is
No.
definitely
This is the
West
worst
Coast.
topic of Mount Rushmore. Max threw out this topic as a Mount Rushmore topic. I don't think it's even a debate. There's only one time zone that's the best, and then there's 3 others. There's one that's the best, and there's one that's the worst.
Yeah, the best is definitely got to be Central Time.
That's correct.
Second best is Midwest.
Well, so East. Yeah.
And then the worst is definitely the West Coast.
Yeah, so Hawaiian time, I guess if we need 4, and then Pacific,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's over. Sam, do you agree?
I mean, I guess if you had to stick to our time zones, but I was going to throw in like an Australia and New Zealand situation, like when the World Cup was down there. It wasn't horrible. It was doable, but it would be like I would take that time zone over like another one as number 4.
It's not a bad point. I'll tell you right now, watching the Euros and being able to like get up at 9 o'clock and then have a nooner and then a 3er was pretty sick.
Yeah.
But
Way
if
better
that
than
was-
the World Cup that we ran into when we had to watch them at bum crack of night or day or whatever when they're in Saudi.
Yeah, but think about if that was like a games we cared about and you're having to sit there at noon during your workday rather than being able to watch it when you get home at 8 o'clock and enjoy a Bud Light. Like you have to sit there and drink coffee while watching the US play. So
Mm.
all right, we got the worst one out of the way. Sam, give us another one.
Let me pull up the list. Oh, baby. Boy, all right, let's see. Let's go with one of mine. Let's go with best sport gear. Physical object you need to use to play the sport. There should be 4 of them. And it's like, the greatest thing.
I have no idea on this one. I'm gonna start off with the cup.
That fantastic invention. Love it.
Gotta protect the family jewels.
Yeah,
Right?
100%.
I want eye black.
Great one. I'm going wrist sweatbands. That deserves
Good one. It's a good one. I like it. I'm going with the general notion of the ball.
Just a circle or elongated or just
So I think the main what other word do I have? So like a puck, a ball, football, basketball, like the main, toy, tool, main
Your
focus,
main object.
main object. In cricket, I don't know what's called. Max might know.
Nah, how would I know what a cricket ball is called?
I don't know.
You're right. I'm following along. My next one was going to be headbands.
Headbands, pretty good.
They could be your shirt sleeve. I like to wear those nowadays. Or when we were in school, we had actual headbands. A good headband goes a long way.
I can see hands up there. All right, that was another like low tier one.
So what are the 4?
I think the 4's got to be cup. I think you got ditch ball, too broad. Sweatband, eye black.
Referee.
Yeah.
Is there a gear?
What about scoreboard?
Scoreboard could work. Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose.
I like it. It's a good one. Let's go to a more debatable topic here. Let's go to the all-time Mount Rushmore of athletes.
So broad.
All spectrum.
Whole spectrum of athletes.
And I'll throw a name out there. Tom Brady.
Yeah. I'm not debating that one. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, if you put him, then you got to put one from every sport. Then at that point,
Nah.
I mean, we're not going with pure athleticism. So
Who would you put from baseball? I don't have anyone from baseball.
I'm sauce up Pete Rose, Babe Ruth. What a
Pete
name.
Rose. Sam goes Pete Rose, the most all-time betting man in MLB history. Hell yeah.
None of them won like Tom did. So that's why we can eliminate pretty much everyone else.
I was gonna say like Ronaldo or Messi.
Yeah, we can't have both. Or could you?
Nope.
I think you'd have to take Messi over Ronaldo just because of a World Cup title.
Maybe I take Messi over Ronaldo for not selling out to Saudi, but that's a different topic. Yeah, Michael Jordan or LeBron.
See, that's why I didn't put either.
Okay.
Because it is a debate. But I'll tell you someone that can't be debated in another sport, Wayne Gretzky. He has records that won't be touched.
That's fair. What about like Rafael Nadal?
I'm going back to that Wayne Gretzky comment. Connor McDavid is close to be just as good, if not better than Wayne
Review
Gretzky.
some of the records that Wayne Gretzky has. I think Connor McDavid will be better.
Alex Ovechkin is sniffing Wayne Gretzky records. So
yeah, but he's limping towards him.
Yeah, you seen that fat fucker? You seen pictures of him lately?
Okay, he's still staring them down. It's not like they're in
the telescope.
Mount Everest, unable to be touched.
Yeah, you're not wrong. They got it mapped out. He's gonna get there in like 2 or 3 years at his rate, but he's gonna get there.
He's gonna have open heart surgery on the ice to get there.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Throw another name out there.
Different era of hockey for that. It's
Nadal. Rafael Nadal.
Oh, Nadal. I have to say no to that. You're not again. I think so. Tennis. Who can you say one's better than everyone else? Because Nadal won the clay, but he never really could beat Federer on the grass.
All right, you could say Serena then.
If there was a woman, I did consider Serena, but I didn't put any women in this.
Scotty Scheffler, just surpassing Tiger.
Give him a year and a half, and maybe I'll start talking. There's one sport and one name I would like to throw out there. Michael Phelps.
Yeah, dog. 8 gold medals, 1 Olympic. Come on now, nobody's gonna do that.
I guess like Ledecky's close.
Michael Phelps, dog.
Yeah, I'd give it to him for sure.
Any other names?
Front and center.
Let's just roll with this debate into our next one. I got the hardest trophy to win.
Yeah.
Stanley Cup.
I've got Stanley Cup on my list as well. It's just the most grueling playoffs, in my opinion.
It is, yeah. I had that too. Then I did the little flip-flop through the World Cup. You have to go win 4 straight games without losing.
That's true.
Once you get out of your pool play.
It's true. There's no do-overs.
Yeah, but you could send it to PKs. I don't know. Yeah, it's up there. It's up there.
I would say.
You think soccer players could play 162 games and then go into a playoff system and then try and win? And sometimes the first games are win or lose, and you're going home, like the Major League Baseball does. Because I don't think so. I think the World Series trophy's up there.
I think actually
being sarcastic or real.
I don't either, but I don't. I would say the Frozen Four.
Far away from the camera to tell it.
The NCAA Frozen Four. That's a tough one to win.
That is, you got to win 5 games.
Only a select few even make it into the tournament. The small field.
Individually, the Heisman.
Ooh, that's a good one. I didn't even think about that. That's a good one.
You could have a really good team and still lose. You could be on a shitty team but be very good and never get it. The Heisman.
Okay. College football before the playoff. It's like I know Michigan just won it with the playoff. Still badass. I think it's going to be considered more badass than the new system with the elongated playoff. But the BCS system was bad. Should only take 2 teams. What are you supposed to do?
That is tough. You could have had 4 undefeated teams, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So true.
That's a good one though. I like that. Let's do another one here. Let's go with the little more lighthearted one. Best concessions. And I'll throw out the goat of all concession foods, the old glizzy, the hot dog.
Nah.
Okay,
Soft
give me
pretzels,
3 better.
soft pretzel, popcorn, Dippin' Dots. All better than a hot dog. I can get a hot dog I can get a better hot dog from a concession on the street in probably downtown Fort Wayne.
Yeah, but you know a hot dog's going to be there. You don't know what Dippin' Dots are going to be there.
Dippin' Dots are always there.
They're not. They're not at Chrysler Arena.
So I took this a little bit farther and labeled where I like my food from. So my hot dogs I like from Comerica. Okay, great hot dogs at Comerica, top notch, probably 6th best in MLB. My popcorn I like from Chrysler. They make it extra salty. I like it from Chrysler. And then I threw in Little Caesar Arena because of the all you can eat buffet suite. It just had to be there.
Yeah, a lot of beers could be consumed at the all you can drink and eat at Little Caesars. And beer's in my list. A great concession stand has beer. So
Very
I have
true.
beer, hot dog, and popcorn. I do respect Sam's soft pretzel. I'd probably be my number 4. I don't have Dippin' Dots just because of lack of involvement. Random. I will be traveling to the greater Southern California area this weekend, and we'll be testing out Angel Stadium. So if you guys have any things you want me to try out there, let me know. I'll definitely do a hot dog.
Gotta do a hot dog.
Do a hot dog, and then maybe some. I don't know. Maybe Sam, maybe soft pretzel. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know though. But yeah. So Sam's list is Dippin' Dots. Max had
Hot dog, popcorn, LCA, all you can eat.
all right. I have hot dog, beer, popcorn. I think if we're just going food, I think the top 3, if we don't have 4, I could take popcorn, soft pretzel, hot dog. I think a hot dog's got to be in there somewhere. I think it's a pretty good list.
Gotta be. Dylan's even created a new hot dog form. It's called the pocket dog.
Yep.
If you're not ready to eat it, you can just slip it in your pocket and you have it for later.
Yep.
Pocket dog.
It's gonna be lukewarm on these 90-degree days too, so you'll be all right. Sam, give us another category.
Let's go with that was a good one. That was good. Let's go. We're rocking the jerseys. Let's do it. Best U.S. soccer players, men's, women's.
I think. All right. I think the number 1 overall, like he didn't win anything, but I think it's Landon Donovan, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was probably the OG Captain America.
He's on the list.
Who's your number 1, Sam?
Mia Hamm.
She's on my list too.
That's a good one. I went number 1 is Clint Dempsey. Clint, I think he was the motor to Landon. So
I think he was a bitch.
well, I have his jersey. I don't have any Landon Donovan jerseys, so lucky I couldn't find that, or I would have worn that today.
What about Hershey, Pennsylvania boy?
What is this? His 3rd year playing for the U.S. He's still unproven. I don't know.
Sam?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do anybody on the current team. They haven't done anything to earn anything yet.
Put Abby Wambach.
I also have Abby Wambach.
Yeah, that's a good one. Honestly, I feel like there's low-key almost more notable female just because they do so well. Like Alex Morgan, fantastic.
So that era started to drop the ball though. So I think Alex Morgan wasn't with like the dogs, but so like you could consider a Carly Lloyd or like an Abby Wambach who was with Alex Morgan. But I don't think Alex Morgan's on it just because of like she kind of is starting to decline the situation. That's my only reason. I agree. She's like top 6 for sure.
Yeah, but I also feel like she's carrying the current situation as well as it revamps.
So they are kind of her herself is still solid. She's just she's just unfortunately stuck with not such good talent around her.
Yeah, it was bad timing. The transition wasn't smooth.
Mike Bradley's top 6 too. He's a dog. That dude was like USA captain for 6 years or something.
Yeah, I mean, 2010 US men's and women's, those are just peak.
I would agree. All right, boys, we got 5 minutes. Let's rip out 2 more categories here. Max, give us one.
Can we do a best like team song or win song, whatever you viewed it as?
Best team song. So it's not a winning song, just a song that maybe fans sing along to at a particular team. Give us 1 or 2 or 3.
All right, so I led off with West Virginia, Take Me Home, Country Roads. It's classic. I watched the video while I was doing my research for this, and it gave me goosebumps, which led me to go to. I said this way back in our college football days. Enter Sandman, Virginia Tech. It was in 2016 or 2017. They played Clemson. Clemson was number 2. Virginia Tech was 12. I watched the video right before we came on the air. It's sweet. Night game, college game day was there. And then my last one, all the small things, Colorado Avalanche. Top.
Those are good. Sam, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure which direction to take this, but I just have Mr. Brightside that Michigan does. Yeah, it's a fantastic moment. But yeah, all the ones Max is mentioning, West Virginia, I would say is definitely up there. You can't beat that. That's massive vibes.
Yeah, I think so throw in your favorite Premier League team, they're more likely than not have a song that they chant as fans. So like Brentford does Hey Jude. That is electric. That'll get you going. I think the Red Wings doing Don't Stop Believing is electric when the Red Wings are hot. Like that is a great time. That is
You're not wrong. I always leave it on. I keep it on after a win. You get Don't Stop Believing at the end. Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of good ones. A lot of good ones people don't realize. Gosh, just a crowd chanting music together. That's stuff sports are made of right there.
That is like you go back and look. That's goosebump material.
Yeah.
When 80,000, 100,000 people are singing along together at the top of their lungs, no cares, just belting it out there. And honestly, like it's not a song, but Edmonton, the last 2 games, when they would sing "Oh Canada," goosebump stuff. If you haven't seen that, give that a Google. Edmonton Oilers national anthem, and just sit back and listen. It is awesome stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, just like a quick tangent, the end of hockey games is better than any other sport because the fans stand, you lose view of things. Like you can just, but
Yeah.
quick tangent.
It's pure chaos. It's electric chaos. I like it a lot. It's good stuff, boys. I think we had some good Mount Rushmores, LTES style. So well done. Our last one, which we all agreed on, the greatest college football team to ever win a national title,
Michigan.
2023, Michigan Wolverines. That's correct. All right, boys. We'll save the story now for next week. It's a good one. We'll have to get it off my chest, but we can hold it for a week longer. Max is headed out west to see the Portland Timbers this weekend. So if you have any advice for Max on watching an MLS game, shoot it over. I'll be
be ready for hype during the first half, and the second half probably gonna die off. So
I'm excited for the 80th minute. They do their own sing along. It's "You Are My Sunshine." I'm excited for it.
Who are they playing?
Minnesota United. It's the 4th and 5th seed in the West, so it should be a good game.
All right. And I'm also headed out west, but I'm going due south to Southern California to watch the Angels take on the Tigers. That's right. I'm following the Tigers out west, hoping that I think Reese Olson's got the nod for that game. So hopefully the Tigers can get a win. The Angels are pretty bad, so hopefully they can pick up a win. But yeah, I think Mike Trout's still healthy, so that'll be cool. So any recommendations, send them my way. But otherwise, good stuff, boys. Of episode 91 of Legally Teaching Engineer Sports, the LTES, Mount Rushmores. Our quote, well, there is no quote. The quote is basically just the Mount Rushmores are the idea of presidency and greatness. So continue to be great and awesome. That's really it. Sam, what's our POV?
positive vibes only.
That's right. Let's have a great week and shout out to our GHLs.